Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, my collective. Welcome back, you guys. Thank you so much for being back here with me. You know, I love having you here with me. Thank you so much for letting me bring you words of encouragement and love and life. And I always pray that the messages are helpful for you guys. Welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all your support. You guys are showing up and showing out for me every day, and it is never unnoticed. So I appreciate you guys so much. Welcome in all the new followers and subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Soul Tribe. Welcome to the Fam Bam. Just welcome in. And I always pray that the messages are useful for you guys as well. When you hit that subscribe button, just make sure to hit the notification bell just so that you're always notified when I upload the new messages for you guys, okay? All right, you guys, this is going to be our Threads of Karma Oracle message. And you guys, no, this is just about us addressing, things that we need to heal, try to get closure on, regarding things that have happened in our life and some soul lessons that, maybe we need to learn. Okay. Let's just see what we got going on and what we need to be focusing on. It's part of our healing process, right? Because we should always be healing. What does my collective need to address at this time? What messages are good for the collective to address at this time? What messages do we need to address for the collective at this time? Okay. All right. Break the soul contract. Interesting. Some bonds are meant for growth, not forever. When the lesson ends, the contract dissolves. You're free to walk away. Wow. So this is a pretty deep one, you guys. So, right. I always believe that we meet people in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, as they say. And so this is what this is talking about. A lot of the times people come into our lives and they are meant to come into our lives in order to allow us to grow, in order to be a reflection of a part of ourselves that we didn't realize was broken or needed to be healed. And these could be relationships, these could be friendships. I mean, these could just be coworkers, right? But when there is a soul contract between two people, once the lesson has ended, once someone has realized the lesson, and usually the lesson is a harsh one. Usually it's something tough. It's something that hurts us. It breaks our heart. It makes us feel disappointed. It makes us feel betrayed. But there's a lesson there in everything, right? This is what I try to talk about on this channel. Everything is a lesson, and there's wisdom in everything that happens to us, even if we don't see it right away, right? Because most of the time we're not going to be thinking about no lesson or no wisdom when we feel hurt or when we're crying or depressed or trying to get over whatever just happened. But after you kind of deal with all of those emotions and you grow through them, you start to truly see the purpose or the reason those people were a part of your life. I can look back for myself personally, and I am grateful for the people that have come across me in my lifetime. There have been a lot of disappointments, a lot of broken hearts, a lot of tears, a lot of sadness, a lot of questions. But now that I have taken time to reflect and I think back on those relationships, friendships, situations that I've found myself in, I am truly grateful for them. I don't have any ill feelings or anything like that, right? That doesn't do me any good. And I appreciate the lessons that I learned, as hard as they were. And trust me, when I say they were tough, they were very hard. But time heals, right? Especially if you choose to heal. You have to choose to heal. Sometimes people allow the things that happen to them starting from childhood, all the way through adulthood, all the disappointments, all the heartbreaks. They hold on to them, and it's like they gather them in a bag and they hold on to them and become this heavy weight on their back. So it's hard to learn the lessons when you're still holding on to all those soul contracts that should have been burned a long time ago, because it was meant for you to take the lesson from it, learn from it, grow from it, become stronger from it, and release it. If those contracts are meant to be rewritten or to come back, they will. But you can't hold on to things too tightly that are meant to be let go. Walk away freely with the lesson, with still an open heart, maybe a wounded heart, maybe a heart that may need to be sewn up, from the cracks in it, from being broken a couple times. But if it's still beating, that means it still works. That means you still have the capacity to love if you choose it. You still have the capacity to forgive if you choose to. And forgiveness is not just about the other person, it is about you. It is about allowing yourself to walk away. Let go of what could have been. Exactly. Grief often hides in the story of what didn't happen. Release the almost and return to the now. Exactly. Once that soul contract is burned, when you walk away, don't keep thinking about what could have been. Accept whatever it is at this moment so that you can live in the present, so you can realize that life right now in the present is a gift, and that it's time to let the past go so that you can truly live in the now, so you don't miss the time that you truly have. Accept your destiny. Embrace the unfolding of your journey. Trust that each moment is heading you to your true path and leading you to your true path. Yes. Again, break the contract, let go of what could have been, and accept being in the now so that you can still go forward. What else? Untangle emotional dependency. This is a huge one for us in the collective, and it's a very tough thing to do. So I never take this message lightly. When love feels like survival, it's not love, it's fear, it's manipulation, it's control. You're safe without the attachment. I promise. Love should never be about survival. It should be about someone taking action towards you that shows that they love and appreciate you, that they care for your well-being, that they support you. Honor the contract. Some lessons were written before you arrived. Facing them now completes the soul contract confirmation. Right. Some contracts were made prior to being here. Confirmation. So facing them now completes it. So not having fear behind dealing with the person, the place, or the thing that you have the contract with. Face it again, whatever the consequence or whatever the conclusion, face it. And once the lesson has learned or ended, the contract will be dissolved. But it's not something that you can run away from. One more, please. One more. One more for the collective. One more. And face your fears. Fear is a teacher, not a barrier. Face it head on and it will lose its power over you. So, from what I'm seeing just from these messages, I feel like I'm talking to a group of you guys who are at this moment of whether you are going to face and deal with a soul contract that you have head on so that you can walk away freely, let go of what could have been, coulda, woulda, shoulda, so you can release it and start living back in the now. and head towards the right direction, towards where you're supposed to be going. Release the emotional entanglement that you have dealing with this contract. Face it and not let fear stop you from facing it so that you can start moving forward again. Or are you going to stay stuck? It's a question for you. But this seems to be the lessons, the challenges that my collective is facing at this time. This is what you need to be focused on working towards. And it's not going to be easy, of course not. But once you can face it, once you face the fear, it loses its power. So the sooner you do it, the sooner you can release it. Let me get you a few oracle messages of encouragement that you can use at this time before we close out. These type of lessons, this type of shadow work, you guys, it's not easy. You know, these are things that people sometimes never figure out how to do, never find the courage to do. And some people are stuck for a very long time. So when I tell you that this is not a light message, it's not for the light-hearted. And you'll know when you're ready, when you're ready. It's not something that can be rushed, but it is something that you'll have to choose to do. Nobody else can do this for you. A few messages of encouragement from my collective before we close out. A few more. A few more. Energetic pull. A true master knows that you create through your actions. Do not hesitate when you feel the energy pulling you. Follow it fearlessly and move worlds without fear, collective, without fear. No pressure. When you want more, don't push yourself or others to get more. Give more of your pure, genuine self, and life will immediately and effortlessly match it. The more time you put into you, the more you'll get back for you. Raise the bar. When you set higher standards for the people and situations in your life, you create space for new levels of joy and abundance. Rise above old patterns. No problem. You're not meant to struggle and fight your way through. Drop the concerns of your ego and watch imaginary walls crumble away. You've already won. A lot of people allow their ego to keep them stuck and stagnant as well. Lack of humility. But you decide. When you give of yourself freely, you expand your energy. If you only give to get, it will feel like a burden or drain. Be genuine. Give from your heart. If you only give to others because you expect something in return, or you always expect to gain something from your actions, yes, everybody wants a return on their investment. However, if you are only giving in order to gain something, it means you're not giving truly from your heart space. Because when you give from your heart space, you don't need to expect anything in return. You will already receive in return because you've given from your heart space. And if you only give to get something, it will feel like a burden or it will drain you. That's how you'll know the difference. Powerful messages for my collective. But again, these are all things that, we need to work on or we've been through before. But I do always hope that the message does help in some way, give you some food for thought, something to think about. Not every message resonates for everybody. It may not be something you're dealing with right now or have ever, but maybe in the future you might come across something like this. So I do hope that it helps in some way. The message did resonate. If you'd like to show me that you appreciated the message, just hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, you guys, bye.